Hi, I'm Dan Ross from Silicon Valley Hypnosis Center, and today I'm here to talk to you about beliefs and to talk to you about this plant, which has a lot to do with limiting beliefs, which I'll mention in a moment. So when people want to make a change and they've not been able to make it happen, even after trying a whole bunch of different things, they might have tried some talk therapy, they might have done meditation or yoga or willpower or read books or whatever it is, and still something doesn't change. There's often a limiting belief at work. And a limiting belief is an unconscious way of being, or an unconscious filter on how you unconsciously make decisions and move through the world. So, for example, if somebody is trying to lose weight, consciously they're saying overeating is bad for me, compulsive eating is bad for me. And unconsciously there's some kind of limiting belief that's operating that's saying food equals comfort, or food equals security, or if I eat food I'll feel better. They're not necessarily thinking that to themselves, but it's operating in the background. And that's what I mean by a limiting belief. And what that has to do with this is that limiting beliefs come from our childhood when our mind was more open. So when you tell a child, like a 3 or 4-year-old that Santa Claus is real, they believe it because they have brainwaves that are very similar to the brainwaves that we have as adults when we are under hypnosis or meditation or something like that. So suggestions just go in. And there are beliefs that come from traumatic experiences, they come from bad experiences, they can come from society, they can come from parents, from teachers, and they tend to mold us in certain ways of thinking. So I look at this plant, which is in my office in San Jose, and I was always fascinated by this because how do you get something to grow this way in this spiral circle? And they probably tied it to a stick and forced it to behave or believe in a certain way. And so it twirled around, and that's not the way bamboo is meant to grow. It's meant to grow up, right? So this limiting belief that was placed on this forced this to become something that it was less in the direction that it wanted to be. And if you have limiting beliefs, they're probably preventing you from reaching your full potential in life. And that's the type of work that I really love doing with people, because rather than just working on something like, okay, afraid of spiders, take away the fear of spiders, stuff we can do in 1 or 2 sessions, really simple stuff, it can change your life positively. It's great stuff. I don't mean to denigrate it. And when you can change like a deep-seated limiting belief, it changes their life in all sorts of new ways and allows them to become more of who they are. And that's what happened with this plant. Once this limiting belief that had been forcing it to grow in this circle that it was never meant to grow in, once that was removed, this new sprout emerged that allowed it to reach its full potential and grow upward like it was always meant to grow. And that's what's possible for you when you work with me to change a limiting belief. And we find these through anything that people come in through. It could be for weight loss, it could be for quit drinking, it could be for fears and anxieties, it could be for any of the number of things that I see people for. Rather than just change the habit, we change the underlying impetus that has been causing them to behave in those ways. It's much deeper, and it often changes their lives in much broader and more amazing ways. They find themselves just feeling different and moving through the world differently, and almost sometimes like they're just a different person, like, wow, now that that's behind me, I feel so different. And that's the beauty of doing this kind of deep belief work, is we just allow you to have new sprigs and new leaves and new life to emerge in the direction that it was meant to go.